We are live from the ISM Raceway in Phoenix, Arizona for the fourth race of the Nascar Pheonix Hot Wheels Cup Series. This is the second race of NASCAR Goes West, and Jimmie Johnson won at Las Vegas. Can he make it a repeat and win at ISM? Now let's take a look at your drivers to watch for the Ticketmasters 500 from ISM Raceway. Kyle Larson starts on pole after struggling all year long. Will this today be the day he turns his season around with a win here at ISM? Austin Dillon just missed out on his third pole of the season, but had a really fast race car in practice and in qualifying. Can he get a win here today? And finally, Eddie Gallagher takes over for Aiden North in the 81 car after Aiden North decided to take a step away from NASCAR. Can Eddie Gallagher get a win after starting third? Now let's take a trip down the ISM Raceway with the GoPro on-track car. The cars start by going down the Hot Wheels 6 Super 6-lane raceway, down to an immediate 90-degree turn, then to another short straightaway, then to another 90-degree turn to the finish line. There will be not a lot of passing, so the cars have to make up ground early. Now let's head trackside for the command.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome your Grand Marshal, Founder and Chief Executive Officer for Ticket Guardian, Brian Derbyshire, and his son, Hudson.
Drivers, start your engine!
The engines are fired and we're ready to go racing here at the ISM Raceway. Today's pace car driver is Billy J. 021 Monster Jam NASCAR fan. He is driving the 65 Mustang, and he will be out anytime there's a caution and whatnot. Also, be sure to check out his YouTube channel, which I will leave in the description below. Now we are ready for segment number 1. In row 1, we have Kyle Larson and Joey Logano. In row 2, Ryan Newman and Denny Hamlin. In row 3, it is Ryan Blaney and Kyle Busch. Then rounding out the field in the 88 car is Alex Bowman, who will be the first car to advance on to the finals. Kyle Larson maintains the lead the entire way to win segment number 1. It is pretty hard to pass here since it's so small and narrow, so you're going to have have a really fast car on the outside to pass, as Joey Logano came close but could not maintain the speed. As Kyle Larson wins, followed by Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Ryan Newman, Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, and Kyle Busch. Now we are on to segment number 2. In row 1 is the 3 car of Austin Dillon and the 24 car of William Byron. In row 2, we have the 2 car of Brad Keselowski and the 95 car of Matt Benedetto. In row 3, Joseph West and Daniel Suarez, and rounding out the field is Kurt Busch. Austin Dillon wins segment 2 and gains another stage win on the season. A really good job by him on his part, but Daniel Suarez moves from 4th to 2nd in 1 lap. A pretty good job by Daniel Suarez to move through the field in 1 lap. Austin Dillon finishes 1st, Daniel Suarez 2nd, Brad Keselowski 3rd, William Byron 4th, Joseph West 5th, Kurt Busch 6th, and Matt Benedetto 7th. Now we are on to segment number 3. In row 1, we have Eddie Gallagher and Daniel Suarez. In row 2, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Bubba Wallace. In row 3, Matt Crafton and Chase Elliott. And then finally rounding out the field is Kevin Harvick. Bubba Wallace becomes the first car to wreck out here at the ISM Raceway. But in the meantime, Eddie Gallagher gets the stage win and will advance on to the final stage. But what happened to Bubba Wallace? Chase Elliott came down from the high side on top of Bubba, and that caused him to wreck out. But Eddie Gallagher, in his first start, is going to win the segment number 3, followed by Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Daniel Hemrick, Chase Elliott, Matt Crafton, and Kevin Harvick. Now we are on to segment number 4, where Stuart Haas teammates lead the front row. Clint Bowyer and Eric Almirola are in row 1, Martin Truex Jr. and Jimmy Johnson in row 2, Vinny Nightlife and Eric Jones in row 3, and rounding out the field in row 4 is Ty Dillon and Brett Moffitt. Clint Bowyer holds off his teammate Eric Almirola to take the segment win and advance on to the final stage. Eric Almirola put some pressure on Bowyer, but Bowyer managed to end up winning the race. Great job by Clint Bowyer to win segment 4 and to advance on to the final stage. As he wins segment 4, followed by Eric Almirola, Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex Jr., Eric Jones, Ty Dillon, Brett Moffitt, and Vinny Nightlife. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the rest of the race.
Danny's Donut Shop has been serving donuts in your neighborhood since yesterday, serving victory donuts for any occasion. Visit us at any of one of our shops in your neighborhoods today.
Welcome back. We are ready for the 6th and 7th race with Alex Bowman and Kurt Busch leading the field down. We have our first Steve's Fish Shack caution replay of the day, and it is for Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick got pushed by Ty Dillon and is now out of the 6th and 7th race. Now there is 1 lap to go. Who will win? Alex Bowman wins the 6th and 7th race even if he didn't cross the finish line because all you need is 2 complete laps, as he will be the car advancing on to the 5th and 6th race. Kurt Busch finished 2nd, Ty Dillon 3rd, Vinny Nightlife 4th, Matt DiBenedetto 5th, and Kyle Busch 6th, and Brett Moffitt in 7th. Now we are ready for the 4th and 5th race, being led down by William Byron and Ryan Newman, who will move on to the 2nd and 3rd race. William Byron gets passed on the last lap by Ryan Newman, who we have not seen any passes from the outside lane at all today, but makes a great move on pushes Byron to the inside, and Ryan Newman is going to take the win and advance on to the 2nd and 3rd race. Martin Truex Jr. finished 2nd, Byron 3rd, Elliott in 4th, Joseph West 5th, Hamlin 6th, Eric Jones 7th, Alex Bowman 8th, and Matt Crafton 9th. Now we are ready for the 2nd and 3rd race, which is Ford Heavy. Eric Almirola and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. lead them down. Who will take home the win and advance on to the final stage? Ricky Stenhouse Jr. becomes the 3rd car to wreck out of the race, but Ryan Blaney is going to win, and he will be win the 2nd and 3rd race. But taking a look at lap 1, the entire inside lane took off while the outside lane slowed down drastically. But Ryan Blaney manages to lead that line, along with Eric Almirola, Brad Keselowski, and Daniel Hemrick into the final race, as a great job by them to advance on to the final stage. Ryan Blaney first, Eric Almirola second, Brad Keselowski third, Daniel Hemrick fourth, Joey Logano fifth, Ryan Newman sixth, Daniel Suarez seventh, Jimmy Johnson eighth, and Stenhouse in ninth. Now it's time for the final stage. In row 1, we got the 42 car of Kyle Larson and the 3 car of Austin Dillon. In row 2, we have the 81 car of Eddie Gallagher and the 14 car of Clint Boyer. In row 3, we have the 10 car of Eric Almirola and the 12 car of Ryan Blaney. Then rounding out the field is the 2 car of Brad Keselowski and Daniel Hemrick, who will win here at the ISM Raceway. Ryan Blaney is your winner here at the ISM Raceway in Phoenix, Arizona. But we're going to go back to lap number 3, where Ryan Blaney makes a pass on Kyle Larson to set him up to be on the second place position entering lap number 4. And then in lap number 4, he takes advantage of that outside lane, stays side by side with Austin Dillon, but then prevails on the back end and manages to take the win and win here at ISM. Ryan Blaney first, Austin Dillon second, Clint Boyer third, Kyle Larson fourth, Brad Keselowski fifth, Eric Almirola sixth, Eddie Gallagher seventh, and Daniel Hemrick eighth. Now it's time for the Danny's Donut Shop victory celebration. Ryan Blaney gets it done at the ISM Raceway and wins the Ticketmasters 500. He gets his first win of the season and locks himself into the playoffs. Now let's take a look at your finishing results. Austin Dillon managed to get his third second place finish of the season so far. And Kyle Larson fourth is his best finish of the year so far. Some other notable finishes: Eddie Gallagher finished 7th in his debut race. Now here's 21st through 29th, where Vinny Nightlife really struggled here, and so did Bubba Wallace as he wrecked out. Now let's take a look at your playoff standings after 4 races, where only 4 races left until the playoffs. Ryan Blaney has the points lead with his win here at ISM. Austin Dillon has the most points with the car without a win with 95. Eddie Gallagher holds the 12th place spot over Joseph West by 2 points, and that's going to come down into the next 4 races to determine who gets that spot. But Ryan Blaney wins here at ISM Raceway. Next race we head to is the Michigan International Speedway, where we're going to see a lot more action than we did here. So I'm Aiden North, and I'll see you for the next one.